and find at your places. I'm your physical education teacher Vikrant. So class, we continue our unit 3, yoga and lifestyles. Okay class? So let's start the class. So class, in this class video, basically our topic is asthma. Okay? So in this topic I'm telling you what is the asthma and how to cure this asthma through the asanas. Okay, and also I'm telling the all the procedure of doing this asana and also the benefits and the contributions of these asanas. Okay, so basically there are 5 asanas there. So first is Sukhasana, second is Chakrasan, third is Gomukhasan, fourth is Matyasana, and last one is Parvatasana. Basically, is Parvatasana in this topic. Parvatasana is in this topic is a sitting Parvatasana pose. We are talking about this. Okay. So first we talking about what is the asthma. Okay. So how dangerous and which type of problem we are facing in this disease. Okay. So first we talking about asthma. Okay class, so basically asthma is a disease of our lungs, okay, in which the airway become your airways was blocked or narrowed, causing also the difficulty in breathing. So in asthma the airways also swell and product extra mucus, means cough, yeah, we calling a bulgum, these types of product we provide in asthma. Okay, and also we facing this type of problem. It usually triggered coughing, whistling and shortness of the breath, and also the coughing usually occur at the night or early in the morning. Okay, the excessive amount of mucus in the passage further narrow the airways because it is very sticky and thicky. Okay, means ज़्यादा गाढ़ा और चिपचिपा होता है. Okay, so for some people it can daily activity and usually leads to life threatening asthma attack. Okay, asthma is such a disease that it cannot cure or treated, but its symptom can be controlled. Okay, asthma can be allergic and non-allergic. Okay, so asthma is a two types, allergic and non-allergic type of asthma. Asthma may be due to genetic factor. It's also a genetic factor. Okay, so asthma can prevent. Okay, so there are substances that cause allergic, like irritants in the air, including smoke from cigarette, wood fiber, strong forms, spice, perfume, or scented soap. Okay, so basically the allergic asthma is related to these types of things. Okay, and the respiratory infections such as cold, flu, sore throat, and sinus infections. Exercising in cold air exercising included asthma. So some medications such as beta blockers, spinal, non-steroid, and inflammatory drugs. Okay, and also we know we cure this asthma through yogasanas. Okay, and also we know asthma a disease associated with the respiratory tract swelling ox. Okay, which make the tracts very sensitive and make this process fungate with the touch of any affected things. So these secretions cause contraction in the tubes. This reduce the amount of air in the lungs, due to which it become difficult to breathe. And common symptoms of asthma are coughing, heavy breathing, chest tightness, fatigue, pain in head, hands, feet, shoulder and back. Reason are the asthma's reason basically is dust, smoke, air pollution, pollen grains, animal skin, hair and or further etc. Okay, so these are main reason to do asthma disease. Okay, so this is the all about the asthma, how the causes of the asthma and which type of asthma we will be talking. The first is allergic and second is non-allergic asthma. Okay, so now we're talking about the all asana who prevent this asthma. Okay, so first asana basically is a your sukhasana. Okay, so first we're talking about what is the sukhasana and how to processing this asana, how to do this asana and also the benefits of this asana and the contraindications of these asanas. Yes. So in asthma disease, the sukhasana was a very beneficial to curing the asthma or relieving this asthma disease. Okay, so first we talking about the procedure of doing this asana. Okay, so first sit down with the legs and straight in front of the body. Okay, first sit down with the legs straight in front of your body. After that, bend the right leg and place the foot under the left thigh. Then bend the left leg and keep the foot under the right thigh. Place the hand on the knee. Chin should be in keep the head, neck and back straight. Close the eyes and relax your body. Okay, so in this picture you can see the proper posture of this doing asana. So first you close your eyes and also the keep your hands on your knee, cross leg, keep your head straight, relax your shoulders, keep your back side straight. Okay, so this is the basically the procedure of doing this asana, sukhasanas. Okay, so now we're talking about the benefits of the sukhasanas. Okay, so first benefit is it's facilitate your mental and physical balance without causing any strain or pain. Okay, so first benefit is facilitate or give a benefit to your mental and physical balance without causing any strain or pain. Okay, then second is stretches the lengthens your spine. Okay, then third is claim your mind. Okay, the next is enhance your peace of mind, and the next one is reduce anxiety, stress and mental fatigue. Okay, so next is help in improve your body posture. Okay, so next is it provides gentle massage to your knee, calf muscles and thigh muscles. Okay, and the last one is spread a sense of cleanliness throughout your body and mind. Okay class, so this is the all our benefits of the sukhasanas. Now we're talking about the contraindications of sukhasanas. Okay, so which type of person basically avoid this asana? Basically the avoid if your heart it is, or if avoid if your back is, and avoid if it's spinal disease problems. And the fourth is do not practice if migraine or anxiety occurs. And the last one is do not participate in weak digestive systems. Okay, and also the if your knee and hip are injured or inflamed, so you should avoid this asana. And also the if you have a slip disc problem, you should take a proper care while performing this asanas. Okay class, so this is the all about the sukhasanas, processing or procedure of doing this asana, benefits or contraindications of these asanas. Okay class, so our next asana is Parvatasana. Basically, is in this picture you see the Parvatasana basically is called as sitting Parvatasanas. Okay, the Parvatasana basically there are three types: a standing Parvatasana, or you can take a position in mountain position with your hand and leg through your upside your lower position. Okay, so basically in asthma disease the curing process doing in is a Parvatasana. Okay, so the first thing we talking about in Parvatasana is a procedure to doing this asana. Okay, so first you sit in a Padmasana or lotus pose. Okay, stretch your arms sideways and bring them over your head slowly. Okay, so first you sit in lotus pose या Padmasanas. Then stretch your arms sideways and bring them over your head slowly. Then after that, let your palms touch each other's. Then stretch your head well without bending your elbow and keep your spine erect. Okay, you can see in picture, keep your hand muttred of namaste, means namaste की मुद्रा में करना है, up side में ऊपर. Then second is keep your head straight, fold your knee, spine straight, also the cross leg. Okay class, so this is the all process or process to doing or these asanas. Okay, so now I'm talking about the benefits of these asanas. Okay, so first benefit is help in enhancing your height. Okay, then second is reduce the extra fat in the back and waist. Okay, then third is tone the abdominal muscles and to stimulate the organs of abdominal region. Then next it is extremely beneficial in case of asthma. Okay, it help reducing your back pain. Then next is it improve the function of spine cord, and the last one is it gives relief from tension in shoulder and back. Okay class, so this is the all benefits of Parvatasana. Okay, so now I'm telling you what is the contraindications of Parvatasanas. Okay, so first contraindication is it should not be practiced if one has rest means kamar, hip or ankle injury. Okay, then second is it should not be participate with spinal injury, and third one is one should not perform this asana in case of shoulder injuries. Okay, so these types of contraindication we basically follow if you facing any type of this type any problems, so basically you will be avoid this asana. Okay class, so this is the all about the Parvatasana. Okay class, so our next asana is Matyatsasana. Okay, it's also called a fish pose. Okay, so first we are talking about what is the procedure of doing Matsyasanas or fish pose asana. Okay, so first for performing this asana, sit in Padmasana. Okay, then lie down in supine position and make a arc behind. Hold your toe with the fingers of your hands, then stay for some time in this position. Okay, again I repeat this. For performing this asana, sit in Padmasana. Okay, the first thing you do, sit in Padmasana. Then second thing you do will lie down in supine position. Okay, basically it's calling a supine position and make a arc behind. Okay, you can see in this picture how to make a arc in behind your head or with your back. Okay, and also you can see in the leg position and body position. Okay, then hold your toe. Okay, so grab your toes and toes fingers, okay, of your hands, and stay for some time in this position. Okay, how much you take time or how much comfortably to you hold this in position longer than you will be hold. Okay class, so this is all the procedure to doing Matsyasanas. Okay, so now we're talking about the benefits of Matsyasanas. Okay, so basically this asana is very useful for asthma patients, provide relief for indigestion and other digestive problems. Keep the blood clean, help in curing your diabetes, help in cough and respiratory problems, make body and face your attractive. Okay, and there are also some others benefits of Matsasana is help you curing your back pain, knee pain and arthritis. Okay, then also is cure the defect of eyes, skin disease can cure with the practice this asanas regularly. Okay, and this asana helpful for treatment for diabetes, and it's help relieving tension in the neck or shoulder. It provides relief from respiratory disorders by encouraging deep breathing. Okay, and the last one is improve your posture. Okay class, so this is the all benefits of the Matsyasanas. Now we're talking about the contraindications of Matsyasanas. Okay, so first contraindication is avoid this posture if any kind of neck injury. Okay, second is any kind of blood pressure problem you facing, just like a high or low, so you will avoid. If having a migraine means आपको हेडेक है, चक्कर आना है, इस टाइप्स की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, so basically you will avoid this asana. And next is if having a spondylitis or neck or back problem or pain, so we will avoid. And also if you are if pregnancy is there, so you will be avoid this asana. And also some you can avoid this person suffering from migraine and insomnia should avoid refrain from performance this asana. Okay, so class, this is the all about the Matsasana, what is the procedure to doing, what is the benefits, and also what is the quantification. Okay class, so our next asana is Chakrasana. It's also called a wheel pose. Okay, so there is a procedure to do this asana is in this asana the figure of body become like a chakra, means wheel. Okay, therefore this asana is called Chakrasanas. First of all, you will lie down on your back in floor and also fix your hands firmly on the ground. Then rise the middle portion of your body upward. Then rise it as high as possible. Okay, you will raise your body posture as possible. How much you will raise your body posture. Okay, so that your body in a semicircle position. Then keep your head upward, downward between your hand. In the beginning, keep this position for 1 minute, and then after some day do it for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the all processing or procedure to do Chakrasanas. Okay, so now we're talking about the benefits of Chakrasana. Okay, so the benefits of Chakrasana is it affect the whole body, means full body affecting. Okay, which give your flexibility in muscles and bone, and also the increase your blood circulation in your body, relieve your waist pains, increase the supply of oxygen in the lungs. Okay, then overall functioning of the body is increasing. Okay class, so basically this is the benefits of the asana. Basically it's overall functioning of the your increasing your body. Okay, so now we're talking about the contraindications of the Chakrasana. Okay, So first is avoid the practicing if any back injury. Okay, avoid this asana if you have any back injury. So basically you will be avoid this chakrasana. Okay, then second is someone having a heart problem should not do these problems. Okay, so next is if having a high blood pressure, low blood pressure, do not try this. And the fourth is someone undergo the character surgery, avoid these asanas. Then last one is do not participate if any clavicle injury. Okay, so basically clavicle injury is related to your shoulder injury means. Okay, so okay class, so this is the all our contributions of the chakrasana. Okay class, so our next asana is Gomukhasana. Okay, so basically we also calling a Gomukhasana is a cow face pose. You can see in this picture how to performing this asana. Basically you cross your both legs and then your upper body should be straight, then grab your both hands with your back side. Okay, so now we talking about the procedure of doing Gomukhasana. So first thing you do, sit down on the ground with your leg stretched forward. Then now fold the left leg at the knee and sit on the left foot. Okay, then fold the right leg and keep the right thigh on the left thigh with the help of your hand. Now lift your buttocks and bring the heels of both feet together so that they should touch each other. Now fold your left arm behind your back over the shoulders. Then you will fold the right arm behind your back under the right shoulder. After that, bend your fingers of both of the hands and clasp each other. At this time your head and back should be erect. Then repeat the same in repeat reverse position. Okay class, so this is the all procedure to doing Gomukhasana. Now we are talking about the benefits of the Gomukhasana. So first benefit is asthma reduce reduce weight makes body. Okay, then second is flexible and attractive. Okay, so asthma and reducing your weight, and also your make your body flexible and attractive, and it's help to make spine strong and erect. It's help to make abdominal organ function well. It's help to reduce your obesity. uh, the next is diagram improves and keep away from all kind of toxic function. Upper body become your flexible and strong. It's help to circulate blood in your entire body. Okay, so there's also there is some other benefit is it's make the leg muscle strong and elastic. It's help the keeping the shoulders joint healthy, flexible and strong, and also it improve the function of lungs. And you will be if you practice regular practice of this asana to help in the treatment of sciatica. Okay, it also reduces stress, anxiety, and also it's helpful for staying fit and strong. Okay class, now we're talking about the complications of Gomukhasana. So first is person having a stiff shoulder should avoid this. Any kind of hip problem or knee hamstring and quadriceps should be avoided. If one has to sciatica problem, one should be avoid this pose. Avoid if any neck or shoulder injury. Then avoid the problem of practice during pregnancy. Okay, So this is the all contributions of Gomukhasans. Okay class. So class, I hope you all understand about the today topics. The today topic is asthma and also the uh, asanas to preventing or curing the asthma, the procedures of doing this asana, and also the benefits and the contributions of these asanas. Okay class. So class, stay fit, stay healthy. Thank you class.